Good morning. Sorry, it looks so bad. I just watched the video that I filmed last night answering some more questions, and I had to add to the one about disagreements with your husband on how you raise your kids. I was gonna say I left out something very important, that if it's ever something, I've had many questions of moms like writing me like, my husband's okay with our kids watching this and that, and it just kills me, and I don't want them to be allowed to watch this or that, and they expose them way too young to things. And if it's something like that, which is very important in my opinion, it's not necessarily sin, and you've talked to your husband and they don't see it the way you do, and they're going to continue, that's when we have to let go and totally trust the Lord with our kids. There's only so much that we can do, that we can control, and it just is hard, but we really, really need to just trust God with our children and know that He loves them more than we ever could, and that He's going to take care of them ultimately. So as hard as that would be emotionally, sometimes we face stuff like that, and the most we can do is lovingly speak to our husbands about it, try to show them why we feel the way we do, and show them the why it's important to us, and not necessarily this is wrong or right, but look at the benefit of following it this way or that way. And if they still don't see it, we just gotta let go. So I wanted to add to that. And then I wanted to talk about birth. Somebody asked me about birth, what my feelings were about birth, how I prepared myself, and how I handled the pain. And so how I feel about birth is, I think I'm very passionate about it, actually. I think it's amazing. I think it's a shame that so many women do not experience birthing their children anymore, because there's so many things that help us escape the experience. And I approached my labor by educating myself on what was happening in my body, by watching, I'm trying to see if I can put my phone down so I could cook. Will that work? No. Okay, so I educated myself as much as I could about my body. I watched The Business of Being Born, which I really liked, but mainly for the statistics. It is definitely very biased towards home births, and it bashes the medical world. And I'm not foolish enough to think the medical world is horrible. The Lord has blessed us with medicine and technology. Is it used the best way all the time? I don't think so. But, it's there if we need it, and it's there for emergencies, and I think that's a blessing. I do think there's too many emergencies with labor these days, and that's why the statistics were so good, in my opinion, to just be aware of. I don't like the way hospitals handle laboring women. I think they're treated like they're sick instead of just going through a normal thing, the normal process of life. And it's a shame. I do think it's becoming a little more popular to want to go natural, and the hospitals can only, stick with their protocol for so long. The demand is leaning more towards midwifery and natural childbirth and stuff, so hospitals are making those options available to their laboring patients, and being a little bit more supportive, which is great. So I don't think that the statistics are for every single hospital in the whole United States, but a lot of them. And I've had friends that have had excellent experiences with labor in hospitals and epidurals. But in my experience, having at-home births were amazing. We're making eggies and toast today, not pancakes, buddy. Mm-hmm.
I'm just pretending I'm making pancakes.
Okay, you can use this pan right here. The grill. Oh, okay. So, here you go. So,
and the fry.
hold on. So I prepared myself with those things and reading and exposing myself to lots and lots of positive birthing experiences and staying away from the horror stories, staying away from Hollywood, because they portray it so fake. And then I read the Bradley book, which went out the window once my actual labor started, because it was like, cool, I'm glad we prepared. Now this is the real deal. What's going to help me? So I had both at home, and I had many things that I wanted to explore for comfort. What ended up being my source of comfort was sitting in the bathtub on my knees and having the hot water. There's some in here, right here. Sitting on the bathtub on my knees and having the hot water from the shower head hit my lower back. And then once that hot water ran out, my mom was boiling water in the kitchen, giving the pot to my husband. My husband would pour the water into the bathtub, and then he would get a pitcher, fill up the pitcher, and then... So my husband just called, so the video cut off. But yeah, so I was needing that hot water on my back, so he would fill up the pitcher of water and then pour a steady stream from the beginning to the end of my contraction, every single contraction of hot water. Hey. And that gave me relaxation, and then my breathing gave me control. And the way I breathed was I took the longest, slowest, steady breaths through my nose as I could, and then the longest, steady exhales through my mouth as I could, and it gave me complete control. Hey, sweetie.
You can eat mine breakfast. I don't want any breakfast.
Okay, I will. Thank you. And yeah, so that was my birthing experience. I would not change it for the world. I've never felt more empowered in my life after successfully birthing 2 kids. And you know, the most comforting thing to me as far as God's design was that He made our bodies to do this, and thousands upon thousands of women had done it before, and I just knew I could do it, and I just know we can all do it, you know?
I need a recipe.
A recipe? Okay. So that's my birthing advice and beliefs, and